Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20.
Okay, Coach, you know, the folks in the dog pound, they live for games like this. Snowy conditions here at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. The Browns ready to go to work here on offense, and their man behind center, well, that's Baker Mayfield, the #1 overall pick last season, who set a rookie record with 20... 7 touchdown passes.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. It's brought in by Harris. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Carry now for Kareem Hunt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
In your face.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. It's caught by OBJ. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Tavecchio puts this one through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just 1 sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too bad. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins, and that'll make it 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 3 catches, 97 yards.
And he was able to pull that last.
And this is taken in at the 5. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, touchdown number 15 of the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. So they are holding down one of the final wild card spots with 2 weeks to go. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Rashard Higgins was the one he was looking for. And it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Oh, he breaks another. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, 77 yards. As the Ravens push further out in front.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as, that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third. And blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Now Sproles. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. He's got the first down here inside the 30.
We got this.
21-3 is your score after one. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use FORTNITE.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
He's coming. Hey, here we go.
On third down, Mayfield. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give him much better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. A big play that time for the Ravens. 41 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Jackson now. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Seth Roberts, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Play fake. Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Pernell McPhee with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Now Mayfield lost the football, and the Ravens have got it.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignment.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Browns drive about to get started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Letting one go deep for Rob. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts. As the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. These guys had to punt their last. Too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's second down. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And it's the Steelers who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Mason Rudolph. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Alvin Kamara with 2 touchdowns thus far. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Mixon, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His 5 touchdown passes have him on a record pace. As for the call of the second half, we'll turn it back over to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Hard to believe, but the regular season starting to draw to a close. We've got the final Sunday night game of the year coming up later tonight. Matt Nagy and the Bears hosting his mentor, Andy Reid, and the Kansas City Chiefs. That'll be a good one from Frigid Soldier Field. And then tomorrow night, the final Monday night game of the year, Packers and Vikings from Minneapolis. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the ball. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 30 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Well, the second down throw on target. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th. On 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. Pernell McPhee in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Sproles, the return. The great blocking nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now Jackson on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 56 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And this is obviously quite a performance, and most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Mayfield, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
We got 3 down.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. Dashing through the snow. He's at the 40. 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry, 89 yards, and the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jackson, he uncorks it for Snead. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 56 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Ingram again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Mayfield throwing quickly out to Beckham. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Browns on third down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. Because the game...
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. This pass complete to Higgins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Mayfield now, and incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield now from the 50, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Mayfield with it once more. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Let's go!
First down, Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Matt Judon in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Mayfield to throw it, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. The Browns on third down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Mayfield, it's caught by OBJ. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no. There was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
We got this.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Here's Jackson to throw. He uncorks it for Snead. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good pickup there, a 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Mayfield completes it to Higgins. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. First down throw for Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry. Complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They're going to look to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Seth Roberts, 48 yards. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Ravens, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20.
Okay, Coach. Well, from a city that normally gets only about 20 inches of snow a year, they're getting a pretty good wallop right now as we're at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Well, welcome to the party. 1st carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
This time, Jackson will throw it. It's caught by Roberts. And he's brought down. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitive.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Ingram with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Steelers under longtime head coach Mike Tomlin. They'll be led out by a 3rd-round pick back in 2018 out of Oklahoma State. It's Mason Rudolph. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
They're not ready for this. They still playing suck.
Now Rudolph. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of their stride?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points. Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. There, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Patrick Owasor racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So possession goes over here on the punt. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Let's go, baby.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He is proving his worth defensively, getting the sack here. The AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Around the NFL, how about this one up in Foxborough? It's the Dolphins that have jumped out to the early lead against the Patriots. Josh Rosen, an early touchdown pass in that one. Shrugs off another, and this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second down now, it's Ingram. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Come on now, let's go.
I'd have to say that's a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only give up a first down and not a touchdown.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Rudolph off play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention he deserves. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you got a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
23 yards the pickup there. Rudolph on 1st down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. The 40, the 30, past the 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Young, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Rudolph, and he's going to go down again. Matt Judon in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Kenny Young in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. 21 yards, well done on the return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Fights through, and now a crease. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on.
As far as tight ends go, if you get 3 or 4 touchdowns in a season, that's usually counted as a pretty good year.
And CD, he just hit double digits. That's 10 touchdowns for him now.
Yeah, and that's something you really have to applaud. That's elite-level production.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Watch twist.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll kick things off with the twice-yearly battle for Ohio. This one has Cleveland making the trip south to Cincinnati. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the 2nd quarter. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. DJ Moore, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. A touchdown there for Le'Veon Bell. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. 13 games going on here in this final Sunday of 2019, the final Sunday of the regular season. 3 more games still to come following us. Raiders, Broncos, Cards, Rams, and Niners, Seahawks. And then we'll know the 12 teams who will continue on into the playoffs starting next Saturday here on EA Sports. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. On first down, it's Samuels. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. They'll fake it. Now Rudolph going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Rudolph looking to throw it. Washington's got it. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter.
You got 3 down.
On first and 10 is counter. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
60 outlaw. All day, every day, any day.
They go draw play. This is Samuels. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Rudolph loses the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
They'll try and run with Ingram. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. And the Ravens defense, they get ready, and they trot back out onto the field. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? So the big play gets them across midfield now for first and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, check. 3 down.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Come on, set. Head logo. Watch time. Tight end right. Hey, we got 3 down.
From the gun on third down, it's Rudolph. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burn here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. They'll run here with Connor. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem. Rudolph loses the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. On first down, it's Connor. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Go! 60 Pittsburgh!
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down and 4, Rudolph. He'll get this one to Switzer. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get...
Rudolph loses the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And the Steelers set to take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for. But now it'll be third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Rudolph. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 37.
Here we go.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now...
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He won't go down. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson doing it himself from 9 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Judon in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Rudolph now to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Rudolph, and he comes back with one complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Second and 10, Rudolph again. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. Sheds up. Look at the big man rumble. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Are you... You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get... And that's caught inside the 35. And now the rookie's free. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone,
blitz coming, and down he goes. Matt Judon in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. Third and long, it's Rudolph. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 3 here in this game, and 17 now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. Rudolph loses the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it first and goal at the 8-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
A fourth quarter score, meanwhile, from Kansas City. And a victory there belonging to the Chargers. Phillip Rivers, a touchdown pass to help lead the way. On first down, Rudolph. Under pressure, they got him again. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Baltimore, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll limp to the finish line with a final record of 5-11. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the divisional round.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold-out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Buffalo Bills and all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And the Baltimore Ravens. Powers through, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's it, baby.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Jackson got him in. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 8 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now the first carry here for Frank Gore. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now a delayed give to Gore. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in a 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Here's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They run. It's Mark Ingram. Ingram's got the 1st down and more. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Patrick Owasor in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Take it at the 37. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Micah Hyde able to get a hand in and knock that one away. Play action. Now Jackson.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. And now he'll tuck it and run. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. He's still fighting forward. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Able to push his way through. Powers through again. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As the Ravens push further out in front. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensive. John Brown. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play here for the Bills. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run. It's good. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Now Allen off the bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Patrick Owasor picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Allen. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Jackson. Letting one go deep for Roberts. He's got a man. Complete. Fights. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Seth Roberts taking it in as the Ravens push further out in front.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. The second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people. Lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
If he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Allen to throw once more. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
This is taken at about the 14. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. Jackson on first down, letting one go deep and this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
On the completion, Frank Gore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Owasor. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Jackson letting one go deep for Roberts. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and now it's second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. He uncorks it for Snead. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to pour it on. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
We got 3. Motion, watch 10.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns doing battle with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who...
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Allen going to throw. Incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell in. Allen hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Stepping up, he'll try and run. 7 yards there and a first down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. But he breaks through another tackle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. And an alley to run. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 22-yard scamper as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even punted. A heavy rush, and down he goes. Patrick Owasor able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. Third and long. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down. That one complete to Yeldon. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call. And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Let's take it inside his own 40. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
25 yards that time. Jackson now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
And that's another big-time run. And it sure looks like the leverage game is being won by the offensive line. They're the low man on just about every snap, and they're winning, pushing back the defensive front.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. But they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Ingram. Refusing to go down. It's a good pickup on the ground of 7 yards, and time has run out on this third quarter. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Shrugs him off. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Pushing tacklers aside, and they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be a special. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, there to make the grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Matt Judon in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing now is Allen. And he finds Beasley, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And the grab by Croft. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Jackson now, letting one go deep for Roberts. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, 70 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
To try again after the sack. Allen, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Matt Judon in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Kenny Young. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. This is fielded at the 7. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing right, and that's complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Tucker's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look for.
Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
Go! Let's go, boys! Let's go!
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.